Over a year of dedication, 72 weeks, you poured your heart into this journey, watching the numbers drop and drop and drop on the scale until it comes to a screeching halt. And maybe you gain a little bit of weight, Zepbound weight gain, or you just completely have a Zepbound plateau. If you have experienced that happening or are worried about that happening and just started GLP-1 medication, today's video is talking about the 72-week study that just came out for Zepbound, Mounjaro, Ozempic, Wegovy. I'm lumping in all of our GLP-1 friends, Tirzepatide and semaglutide, into this video, talking about that study based. I will link it down in the description link below. I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I've had the privilege of losing over 107 pounds the last 2+ years. And I recently got a comment from a viewer about, gosh, Elizabeth, I've noted that your weight has basically come to a standstill, which actually is not true. I continue to still lose weight and beat the odds. And that's what I want to talk about on today's video of how you can beat the odds of this study. When I read this study, basically the study is saying at 72-week mark for people who are on Tirzepatide, Zepbound, Mounjaro, that on average, and again, this is not everybody, but it is on average that people hit a weight plateau. People are not gaining weight. So to clarify that misnomer, that there's not weight gain, everybody's body's different. So some people may in this. For me, I have not, and that has been a miracle given my morbid obesity. If you are like me and have been on diet since elementary school and have been battling your weight with every single diet known to man, but just couldn't get this weight thing, but then GLP-1s changed your life, and you're concerned about hitting a plateau, we're gonna break that down scientifically today, and then also action steps. You will leave this video with tactile action steps that you can do to help move you closer to your goals of where you wanna be on your weight loss journey, your Zepbound weight loss journey. So what this study found, it was the Surmount study, was that there was 1,438 participants in Surmount 1. And they found then in that first study, and then in Surmount 4 was 259 participants, that people who succeeded the best once they got to that 72-week mark, so over a year, where do you want to guess what they were? They were people who had weight plateaus later, like they kept pushing it off, was people who were on higher doses, meaning like Zepbound 10 milligrams and Zepbound 15 milligrams. So if you're on Zepbound 10 milligrams right now and you're having a weight plateau or potentially even weight gain, it may just be you're in that bucket, right? We have different buckets that we have. You may be in the bucket that just may need to go up to Zepbound 15 milligrams. Like, it's not anything's wrong with you, babes. You just may need a higher dose, which, woohoo, like that's great. That's great news. The second part of that 72-week, like hitting that, it's a reset zone, which we're going to talk about too, was people at a lower age. So they're younger, right? Like I'm in my 40s, so somebody in their 30s, they're actually going to have 0.9 weeks less of a weight plateau. They're going to reach the weight plateau basically almost a week after me, statistically speaking, and it goes up by 1 week per decade. So I'm in my 40s versus somebody who's in their 60s or in their 70s or whatever. That is going to go up by 0.9 weeks, so almost a week, each decade of prolonging the weight plateau for being, you want to be younger. It's better to be younger in this. Next, females, which that always surprises me. Each time I read that, it still surprises me. And I've read that a bunch now. Females actually do better at prolonging their weight plateaus, that's a good thing, than men. So if you're a dude, sorry, we've got a lot of counts in the Countess of Shopping community. Sorry, you're getting impacted by that too. So later on, with this, if you're taking Wegovy or semaglutide or Ozempic, that whole bundle, they found at semaglutide it was around the 1-year mark, so 52 weeks for the weight plateau. If you cannot figure out why you're having a weight plateau or even weight gain, now this, I have to give this caveat, two caveats. One, this is not medical advice. I'm not a healthcare provider. I just love talking about GLP-1 medication because it changed my life. Hello, proof is in the pudding, like going from over 300 pounds morbidly obese to now lifting weights, walking. I am very close to hitting my goal weight. I'm so proud of the progress of the way that my life has changed as a result of this medication, simply from a hormone deficiency. It was the the root of all of my weight things, and I've made subsequent lifestyle changes as a result of that. So I'm not a healthcare provider. Talk to your healthcare provider. And two, this is averages. I have beat this. I have still continued to lose weight after 72 weeks. I've now been on for how many weeks? Over 110 plus weeks. So I've continued to lose weight. So I want to share that with you, that this study is averages, but that doesn't mean you have to be part of the average. You do have control, and I'm going to tell you some of the things that you can do, or that I can do, that I've done, that will hopefully help encourage you. That I like, look at this. I mean, hold on. I feel like that was a really bad flex. I'm like now embarrassed. I feel like Popeye, but like deflated Popeye. Like, there's muscle coming in there. There is muscle coming in there because my life is literally changing, and yours is too. But with this study, know that there's more and less. This is just averages. So take what you want with that data. Do not let it get in your mind of, oh, it's 72 weeks. I'm gonna have a plateau. I'm gonna have this new setting point. No, babes, you don't have to be part of that. You can keep moving. Literally, I saw this and I was like, I'm gonna rebuke that. Literally, I'm like, that's not for me, honey. I'm past the 72-week mark, and I'm having to push a lot harder than I had to push before because I've been on this medication for over 2 years. Literally, I felt like I had two heads when I first started a YouTube show, a daily show 2+ years ago. People said I had two heads. And now that I've hit like this hard point of I'm not yet to my goal weight, I'm very, very close. I feel like also people tell me I have two heads. I'm like, regardless, I have two heads apparently. You know what I'm saying? With this medication. But what can we do? There's a number of different things we can do. One, we can take back our power through changing our food habits and moving. I have loved lifting weights recently. I feel so mentally, it took me a long time to get here. I've recently switched over to using Body. They're former Beachbody. We have a subscription that we bought that you can buy these subscriptions, and we just do it on our home gym. My husband does the P90X, but the 30-minute versions of them. He is ripped, y'all. My hot husband, you will not see him. He's behind the scenes guy, but he is hot, 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 and he's all mine. He did body, and was like, Elizabeth, you should just do it. So I've started, there is a beginner program for lifting weights. And I lift weight, I had a weightlifting coach. I've done a bunch of stuff with them. I did Pavolve with Jennifer Aniston. And I'm really liking this beginner lifting thing through Body. It's really cool. And so I want to share that with you. If you are looking for a lifting thing to do, that was one of the best changes I made. Also, one of the best changes I made was taking BIOptimizers Magnesium Breakthrough. I don't have Zepbound constipation, or if you're on Wegovy, many of my Wegovy friends also are taking as well, or semaglutide. It has in there 7 types of magnesium in it. Not just 1, but 7, which help with sleep and muscle recovery. That has been key for me. I started taking the Magnesium Breakthrough because, do you guys follow Chalene Johnson? She recommended it. She influenced me to buy it. And I was like, oh my gosh, after several weeks, my sleep was completely different. I did not have Zepbound constipation. And then that was originally why I took it. And it helped a little bit with my anxiety. But now I continue to take it for those reasons and because of the muscle recovery. With weight training, it has been so incredibly helpful with my muscles. I feel it. I feel so great taking this with lifting. So making those lifestyle changes, huge. You can get a discount. The discount code for BIOptimizers is QUEEN, QUEEN. I've talked about their BIOptimizers Magnesium, but also their digestive enzymes, their collagen, their protein. I mean, their stuff's literally like, when I order, honey, I get a big case of it because we use all of their products. Like, their stuff is so good. So use the discount code QUEEN. I will also link that down in the description link below too for you, in addition to all of my studies and free stuff that we're talking about as well today. But I negotiated that rate for you. So please take advantage of my negotiations to get that extra discount code. Changing the things that I can change. So with that setting point, that 72-week setting point, it's where our bodies go into this new setting point. And I want to go back over to the study to talk about that new setting point. It's at this new setting point, and that's really, really helpful to know that, okay, my body's resetting. It has this new place of where it has this new reset component on it. And recognizing that. And for me, that was very helpful to know, okay, that's on average of 72 weeks. I'm at 110 plus weeks. It's very helpful to know that that's there. However, I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep doing the things that I can control, which are my food and working out. And in terms of my food, it's making small changes. If you are not having appetite suppression, we know that day 5, day 6, day 7, day 5 is the half-life dose. So we know statistically speaking, we're gonna have less appetite suppression those days. So let's combat it with the 1-2 punch. For me, it's now switching over to my day 5, day 6, day 7 plate. It's my lunch plate. I've got this from other people have recommended it, but I've applied it for Zepbound. It's literally just fruits, vegetables, and protein. It's amazing. That's supposed to be ranch up there, but it's Greek yogurt mixed with everything in the bagel seasoning to make a dip. I've been using Greek yogurt to make these high protein dips. Hummus, carrots, radishes, there's tomatoes on vines. Someone's like, are those weeds? I'm like, no, they're tomatoes on vines. Celery, carrots, but they're like multicolored, like the purple carrots. It's just fun stuff. The plate is so fun and it's so diverse, which makes me so happy. I love seeing the diversity on my plate. I'm like, yes! And so you can put whatever you want on it. Like if you don't like raw vegetables or crudité, great, make it a fruit plate. Make it whatever you want with fresh fruits or fresh vegetables or protein or whatever, but the volume of it has been key for me and really, really helpful with my appetite suppression. And then in turn helps me, but I really do like to focus in on the protein component too, because we know that protein can help us with our metabolism and our hunger. So if you're having that weight gain, if you're having that weight plateau, that is a way to punch back of maybe upping your protein a little bit, maybe tracking that. A track number grows. Are you tracking your information? Now I'm throwing a lot of examples out at you. I want you to pick one. I want you to pick one to do for the next 3 days and see how that goes. And test and get your data for it. Test, get your data for it. Test, get your data for it, right? Get your data for it to figure out what works for you and see if that works and see if that makes any movement on the scale for you. Because literally, we don't have to stay in scale purgatory. We don't have to stay there. Let's take our power back. I have been, if you watch any of my shows, and I have tons of them, you can binge watch all of them, click that like and subscribe button, you can binge watch all of them. Let's take our power back. We know that there's that setting point, which is why I want to encourage you to make these lifestyle changes that I'm talking about early on. All I could do in the first year was focus in on my food. I could not focus in on lifting. So if you hear me talking about lifting and you're like, oh my gosh, that scares the dickens out of me, okay, then don't. Maybe just focus in on walking. That's a lifestyle change. Literally just putting my sneakers on and getting into that muscle memory, because our muscles do have memory, getting into that muscle memory of simply moving, what that feels like. Like, that's awesome. That's what I did. I wanted to go walk my dogs. Mr. Freddie needs a walk every day. And so just getting out the door of like, oh, that's what I do. Like tonight, for example, I'm filming this at 7:30 at night. Got a ton of family drama stuff going on. We've got someone who's really sick in our family. And so I've been at the hospital and all these things. You know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to work out. It's a non-negotiable. I'm going to go lift on the body program. Body. I don't know. I think it's body. It's BODI. I want to call it Body, but I think it's body. Formerly Beach Body. So that would make sense that it's called body. But I'm going to work out today is the point that I'm trying to make. I'm going to work out because that's who I am. And I want to encourage you, what are you, right? Like, what do you do on a daily basis? Is it all you can do to simply focus in on the food changes of like, oh, I'm full. That's what full feels like. For me, that's all I could do at the beginning. And that's okay. Love, grace, kindness, and compassion for each step along the journey, because we're going to continue to get to new level, new devil. We're going to continue to get to different phases. Like in Mario Kart, the new Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out. My son is so excited. It's all he can talk about is the new Nintendo Switch 2 coming out. And it makes me think of Nintendo Switch for Mario Kart over there's different levels. And we just keep progressing up to the different levels. Look at that muscle right there. Look at that muscle. You go, girl. Look at the gun shows out. Sun's out, guns out. So new level, as we continue to go up the ladder of learning new things with GLP-1 medication about ourselves, then we can continue to evolve and grow. And my hope and desire for you is that when you get to that setting point, it doesn't necessarily have to be at the 72-week mark for Tirzepatide, Mounjaro, and Zepbound, or 52-week mark for semaglutide, Ozempic, and Wegovy. That wherever your setting point is, eventually we do get to one that you are content in where that is, right? And for me, I am not content. I don't have irritable discontent. Some literature talks about that, about having irritable discontent. I don't have irritable discontent, but I am discontent with where I'm at because I'm not at my goal weight. And it annoys it's like just a needle in my side, figuratively and literally. I'm a size 14 pants. I'm like, size 12, 14. I'm ready to be in this next phase and I'm just not there yet. And I keep trying. It is all that I can do to keep trying. You know what would change that though? A higher dose. And you know what? When Calorie Sima comes out, I'll be the first one in line to get it, or and Retatrutide. Calorie Sima will probably come out sooner. And so just that's a sidebar. But know that I have worked as hard as I possibly could to get to this point. And I want to encourage you, if you can put your head on your pillow today and be like, okay, I worked really hard for that. That's all. You get an extra round of applause and a gold sticker from me. And so I'm saying that for myself. I need to give myself a pat on the back too. It's because I do beat myself up sometimes, which is why I have a therapist to talk about this mindset stuff of I'm not where I want to be yet. Still, I'm still going. And people will look at me and be like, well, it's been 110 weeks. I'm like, do you know where I came from? I don't think you know, because obesity has such wide spectrum. And I know many people in our audience, so many viewers are over 300 pounds, started their journey over 400 pounds, and some people more than that too. And I love you so much because I know from my bows to my toes, you are trying. And that is, if you're watching this far in the video, you're one of my besties, and that means that you're trying to me. Either you're planning your workout for later today, or what you're going to eat later today, or how to mitigate your side effects today, or you are working on you. And that's huge. You wouldn't watch 15 minutes of a GLP-1 video unless you're like, I'm going to work on myself today. So to me, you're a winner. Like, you are a big winner if you've made it this far in the video. So high five, friend, high five. But what we can go back to, the things that we can control and can't control. Some of this data tells us about medical conditions. People have different medical conditions. So the overarching theme of obesity is a wide spectrum, but so are medical conditions. And the study talks about this too, of we're different. If we have different medical conditions, that's going to make the output different for us. The input can be the same sometimes, but the output can be very different as a result of that. So medical conditions, calorie deficit. I talk about calorie deficit a bunch because for me, I frequently, I have been finding, and this is the other thing I really want to share with you, if you change your physical activity, for me, my calories had to change. On countessofshopping.com, it's called Manjaro Calories if you look for it. If you do like a Google search for it, Countess of Shopping calories. I'll link it down in the description link below too. If you're like, where do I find this link? It will be linked down in the affiliate links down below and the description link. Just click the more button and then click the more button again. On there's a calculator, and the calculator will tell you for your body type, your age, your body type, and how much weight you want to lose. Or if you're on maintenance, and you start working out, how many calories in a day should you have? That's free. Like, that's my gift to you. Like, we created that, the count and I wanted to have something. I selfishly wanted to have it for myself, and then I was like, I will share it with our community too, because I want to know. And I go to that every couple of weeks because my activity changes or my weight changes, and I can plug along to see, do I want to lose a ton of weight or just a little bit of weight, or do I want to maintain? Or there's weight gain too is on there as well. You can change the drop down on it. Being in a calorie deficit has varied for me. Every day is different. Not every day, that's not true. But day 5, day 6, day 7 vary from day 2 and 3. Day 2 and 3 for me are the peak appetite suppression, so I'm not gonna eat that calories. But on average, it's 1,800 calories for me. I'm almost 6 feet tall, and with my physical activity. With starting physical activity, I needed more calories, and I was not getting enough. And then at nighttime, I was like, why am I not binge eating? But I'm going back to night snacking, which is very old habits for me. That's old tapes, old stuff, old behavior, old coping mechanisms, which I don't engage with anymore. And so the fact that it kept coming back up, I'm like, wait a minute. It's not me not having the mindset. It's literally I'm working out. What if someone in the comments actually said that? Like, Elizabeth, you're working out more. Have your calories changed? And I'm like, ding, 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 hello, which is why checking my calories more frequently is what now I just check them more frequently. Like, oh yeah, I am working out more. I'm burning a lot more calories because I'm working out. Also, I found out I'm not burning as many calories as I thought though, working out too. I burn more, like obviously depending if I'm walking, lifting, cardio, whatever. Calorie deficit, making sure I'm in one if my goal is still to continue to lose weight. Being in a calorie maintenance, I cannot wait because it means I get to eat an extra couple hundred calories a day. Like 100 or 200 is what I mean by couple. And I'm very excited about that. In a week, think that's an extra 700 calories at least. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to be in maintenance and not in calorie deficit mode. Protein intake as well. That is something I can control. I can control if I'm tracking my calorie deficit. I can control if I choose to move. I can control all of these things. Not all these things, but those are the things that are within my control. I can also control talking to my healthcare provider. If I choose to clam up and not share this with the person who's supposed to be giving me medical advice, that's on me, boo. Like, no, I need to open my mouth to talk to my healthcare provider, please. And if you haven't had your colonoscopy and you're of the age to do that, if you haven't had your mammogram and you're of the age to do that, go talk to your healthcare provider about scheduling that too. Or I'm coming after you. Not really. I'm coming after you with love. I'm sending love arrows, because go do that maintenance. You didn't get this healthy and you didn't start a GLP-1 not to be healthy, and that's part of being healthy. That's adulting. Adulting level, it's not 101, but it's adulting like 401. It's higher than 101. It's 401. Go do that, please. And tell me in the comments that you did. And you said, Countess of Shopping, I scheduled my mammogram because of you, or my colonoscopy because of you, or whatever else you need to go do. Turn your head and cough because of you. If you're a guy watching, whatever you need to do for maintenance, go do it. But I firmly believe that from this study, like I said, I read it and I was like, I rebuke that. I'm past the 72-week mark. There's a setting point, there is, but there's also what I can do to change that. And you are capable of change. I was morbidly obese and that was my mindset, but I am not that woman anymore. And the way that I used to engage with life is not how I engage it on GLP-1. Who knew well, this little itty bitty hormone called GLP-1 hormone would change my life so much in so many different ways, and my perspective and my mindset and my lifestyle, like all of it. So my sweet friends, accountability question, what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? And our emoji of the day, is going to be a rainbow, because my friend, you are a work in progress. And I don't know how that relates to a rainbow, but I'm in the mood for a rainbow. We get them a lot now that it's spring. And so I'm excited for one. I'm putting it out there. I'm like, I can't wait to see a rainbow. When I do, I'll post a picture here on YouTube I'll post a picture of my when I see my real life rainbow, because they come a bunch here in spring and where I live. So our emoji of the day, and I do emojis of the day to get to know you better because I truly do care. And also the pattern recognition of seeing your name over and over helps me to get to know you. And I will also pray over you. Don't forget, if you need a reorder of BIOptimizers or you want to try BIOptimizers, use the discount code QUEEN, QUEEN, on their website, which is linked down below at bioptimizers.com/queen. And that's the discount is with all products, not just the BIOptimizers magnesium that I talked about tonight too. Make sure you share this video with your GLP-1 bestie if you have not already, and click that like and subscribe button. If you've not signed up to be on my email, what are you doing? You want to be on my email newsletter. It comes out on Mondays and Thursdays for extra encouragement for you, delivered directly to your inbox. If you don't want to be in the free encouragement group, some people are like, I don't do Facebook. It's a private Facebook group. That's linked down below, but that's a great way to stay in touch. My sweet friends, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings, because life is delicious. I love you guys. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on The Daily Show. Bye, guys.